Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all, on a Tuesday evening. We made it through Monday and got off this morning actually on time. And I made it home and you got us some sleep today, getting up and gonna go do it again tonight. How it goes. Busy these days. Absolutely busy. Ended up being called in both Saturday night and Sunday night. Normal nights off these days, and had to go into work, but you know, these things happen. We've all seen it. Definitely happens. It's not unique to the place I'm posted at. It's just the business. Runs in cycles. You'll have full staff, and then something happens, and you know, you have a few people leave, and you have to move a few people out, and this, that, and the other, and all of a sudden you're back running short-staffed until you can get more people hired on, and process of getting hired on can take a little time because of the background checks and the drug screens and all this other stuff we do. So it's just normal, way it goes, and kind of put me in a doghouse with Sidekick for the weekend, but oh well, what can you say? I can apologize, but that's about it. So I was at work last night, and there's several people at work that know that I have a shave hobby. And they know Fuzzy makes videos and that kind of stuff. One of them, one of my people there that's worked with me for quite a while now. We've been on a lot of shifts together. Her father was expressing interest in acquiring an old school razor and going back to that shaving instead of the disposable plastic cart garbage, and which I wholeheartedly endorse. Everybody knows. So anyway, I looked up some razors from Walmart, some of the King Gillette and the Vanderhagen and this kind of stuff, and I gave it some pointers and everything. So hopefully they'll get back in. I offered to kick in if you wanted a vintage razor. I offered to kick in a vintage razor. But I've also got some Vanderhagen starter kits. I think I got a couple of those left. The basic, they call it. Now the ones I have left are not the ones in the green box. They're the ones in the orange box that came along after the Texas company was sold to the multinational, whoever they sold it to. It's no longer the Texas company it once was, is my understanding. So anyway, thinking about that and her dad wanting to get into it, I got to thinking, yep, I've got my granddad's Super Speed. This is a 1957 Gillette Super Speed that was my grandfather's. I got it after he and my grandmother, well, he passed away several years after that, several years. It was a while. My grandmother passed away. And we, while they still had the house, hurricane came through, and we went over to there to ride out the hurricane. And while I was there and was looking around, I found Granddad's razor, and I was able to acquire it. And I've done some family shaves. I've got a brush that was family owned, and some shave mugs and this kind of stuff. I've got some different family stuff. But I thought I would use his razor tonight, and in keeping with the theme, use products that he could have used. So I've got some Williams soap, and I didn't break out one of the, I've got an Omega brush. Well, it's just B400 by Tom with the Omega bristles in it. Hit the knot in it. So that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna use Skin Bracer, and again, I'm not sure what Grandpa would have used, but it would have been available at that time, and maybe that counts. So over at the Shaving Cadre, I noticed I hadn't been over in a while. I hadn't been around, and toast is just about dead. Nobody posted toast anymore. I partially, big part of that's my fault. I realize it because I just didn't have time to dedicate to it. But anyway, it's still open if you want to go over and read about single edge and injector razors. And, you know, if you make a post, sometimes somebody will come through and answer and that kind of stuff. But Shaving Cadre, I've been checking out, and they're doing a Williams deal over there where you take a puck and use it till you use it up. I've never been able to do that. I've used up, cakes of soap, but never just use one up until it from brand new until it's gone. Because I got all kinds of different soaps, and I like using a variety. And just being stuck for one soap for that many shaves is not really my thing. But kudos to them for playing along with some Williams stuff. As we all know, there's too many folks, that, especially the more modern Williams, which they don't make it anymore, so I guess it's all going to get to be vintage. But I still call the newer stuff the modern and the older stuff the vintage. They are different soaps. The older stuff was tallow first. Newer stuff is not. And people holler you can't lather the new stuff and it just disappears and it's not, and all these other problems they have. And I've always disagreed. I've always been a fan of Williams and still am. And a lot of times, even if you don't get the mix right, and it does fade out a little bit on you, the slickness is still there, without a doubt. Nothing in the world simpler as far as two-sided thingies go than a good super speed shave. Now, everybody knows Fuzzy's more of a one-sided thingy shaver. That's my thing, kinda. But there's really nothing wrong with a two-sided thingy. This is just, I didn't show you, but this is just a one-day shave. I did shave last night before I went to work. I looked a little rough because I didn't shave before I went in for the Sunday night shift. Call it a rebellion or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I didn't. So I was looking a little rough and wanted to clean up for last night. So it's just a regular old day shave. All right. This is Modern Williams. This is not, I have several cakes of Modern Williams left. I have several cakes of Vintage Williams. I'm not going to run out of Williams. I'm already 56, and I am not going to run out of Williams, be it vintage or more modern. I've also got several cakes of Vintage Colgate, which is just as good a soap as the Vintage Williams, if you've wondered. I've given several of both away over the years and still got plenty. By golly. Get the across the grain going here. But we're going to do our normal 3-pass shave with the grain, across the grain. And then we'll do a cleanup with some witch hazel. We don't do against the grain here in Fuzzy's Den. No need in it. I can do it. But why bother when it's just going to be back sandpaper feeling pretty quick. Fuzzy's thinning out on top of the head, but I can still grow a good beard. Alrighty. Get this cleaned up a little bit. Got our coffee in our Williams mug tonight. Jamie, were you the one that sent me that mug? I think that's right. But anyway, hope everybody's doing good. Dave, Kentucky, always try to mention you every once in a while, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Last I heard, you were still north of the dirt. Well, being above ground sucking air ain't so bad at our age. Ain't so bad at all. But, yeah, good times. And in case y'all were wondering what a nice shave looks like, this is it. There's nothing in the world wrong, particularly, with two-sided thingy shaves. Check that out. There ain't nothing there to worry with. We're going to get our little witch hazel out here. Fire it up. We been having some hard times here in Louisiana. I don't know if y'all saw the news, but they had a tragedy up there in Shreveport. So any of my folks listening up there in Shreveport, y'all take care now. And of course, the folks nationally have jumped on that, and they're starting back with their stuff. We're not going to get into the politics of it on a shaving video, but anyway. there's plenty of folks that take advantage of stuff like that to try to advance an agenda. All righty, there we go. All cleaned up for a Tuesday night. We're going to go in and work. There's a little bit of rain around, but I don't think there's going to be any kind of storms or anything tonight. Yeah, Fuzzy needs a haircut. I know it. I'm not classy as Dave and do my own yet. I'll get there. I'll definitely get there. But right now, I'm just not. We're going to go ahead and splash us on a little bit of the skin bracer, and then we'll put some more on after we take a shower when we get in uniform. And we'll be ready to roll in. Oh, yeah. Woo! You talk about spelling old guy tonight. This is going to be old guy. There you go. If you want a two-sided thingy that's classy, that's classic, can't say that they weren't built to last. Like I said, it's my granddad's 1957. It is missing one of the end caps. It was missing the end cap when I found it, but that has absolutely no effect on the shave at all. That was just a regular old Wilkerson sword blade. You can still pick those up around here at different places sometimes. And just for the record, the last time I went to the grocery store across town, they were still selling the Treat single edge blades, the carbon steel, so I can still buy them local, which is really, really nice. But anyway, there we go. That's Tuesday. Hope things are going good where you are. And like I said, if you want to read about some good single edge stuff, go to TOST3.com. It's the original safety3.com. Very quiet over there these days, but I still have it open. Still paying to keep the lights on. If you want to go in for a little more conversation, the Shaving Codgers seem to be a good group of people. I don't post a lot over there, but I do post some, and a lot of people I knew from other forums are over there. So you may pop in over there and say hello and see what's going on. So there you go. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.